Now, going from international relations and foreign governments and taking on China and $368 billion and submarines, now let's look at local council. Yarra Council in Melbourne is run by the Greens. They don't have an awful lot of money at hand, apparently. And they're big believers in equality and equity and diversity and inclusion because, you see, they're run by the Greens. So we are starting to see that what happens when the Greens actually run something. Well, today we learned that a Greens-led council is now going to start adding an extra tax to its residents to pick up bins. Now, remember, they already pay their rates to pick up bins, but now they want an extra tax, maybe as much as $246 per household, to pick up the public bins. They've also made a decision here that, by the way, they're so strapped for cash, they're going to move to fortnightly general rubbish, and they're raising rates at the maximum amount that the Victorians will allow them. But I had a little look today to see, is there somewhere else we can find some money in Yarra Council? Now, this is just the first third of 200-something pages. I wasn't allowed to print it all out. You know, we're eco-friendly here on this program. We are allies of the environment. So this is just part of their budget. But for my sins, I read the whole thing today. And Yarra Council, that is now thinking about introducing a bin tax on top of the bin tax that people already pay, guess what? Apparently, according to this document, they've got more money than they have ideas of how to spend their money. In fact, according to this document, and we'll find out whether it's true or not, they've got a $12 million surplus, yet still they're going to introduce an extra tax on the tax you already pay to pick up the bins that they will now do only twice a month as opposed to every week. Now, inside this particular budget, what does Yarra Council spend its money on? Well, they're very woke. So $30 million on climate and environment, $34 million, this is a local council, on social equity. Now remember, equity is not equality. Equity is the equality of outcomes and health, and more than $300,000 on Aboriginal partnerships. So, okay, they've got to spend all that money. They've got $12 million left over, but they're still going to put a bin tax on top of a bin tax. So are they cutting back maybe in the types of jobs that you can get at Yarra Council? Again, I had a look at their website today, and one of the jobs that is on offer, if you would like to work, not even the full 40 hours a week, a permanent part-time 30-hour-a-week job to become the Climate Action Officer will pay $99,000. $99,000 to be the Climate Action Officer in a council that spends $30 million on climate and environment and apparently has $12 million more than they have any ideas to spend on, yet they're still going to put a tax on top of a tax to collect bins. That's what happens when the Greens are in charge of anything.